Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review and demo of a foundation, and this is a foundation that's already been out for a while, but I'm always on the hunt for a new foundation, especially for oily skin. And I'm trying out this one by Lancôme, and this is their Ultra 24-Hour Makeup. I do have two shades here. I have the shade 140 Ivory in for neutral, and then 100 Ivory in for neutral as well. It does come in a little silver box like this. And I just kept both of them so I can just read the claims off the side of this and tell you guys kind of what I think about it. I also do have a full page of notes from where I've worn this and stuff several different ways, because I do like to try it with different primers, setting it with different powders and setting sprays and stuff like that to see how it works best. Just because I feel like, for me, like, I don't think first impressions are very like informative, because like, you know what I'm saying, different foundations work better with different primers and stuff, so I kind of prefer to do a review. But basically, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the demo. I do one side with a Real Techniques brush, and this is just the Expert face brush, and then I do it with the other side with the Real Techniques sponge, because I know not everyone likes to apply their foundation with a brush, and not everyone likes to apply their foundation with a sponge. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys two different options about how I had been applying it. So yeah. We'll go ahead and get into the demo, and then I'll show you guys my review. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that demo. Now I'm going to get on to the review. And I like to start out with the packaging. It's in just like a frosted glass, just like the Estee Lauder Double Wear. It comes in a frosted glass as well. And then this one does have a really nice pump. It's really easy to clean around this pump. I've cleaned mine several times. And yeah, so packaging really nice, and I really do like it. And I'm so happy that they included a pump with this. Now I do have two shades here. I have the shade 100 Ivory Neutral and then 140 Ivory Neutral. These do retail for $47, and you can get them at Sephora, at Ulta, at a Belk, on the actual Lancôme website, in Nordstrom. You can pretty much find this foundation anywhere. I didn't have any problem when I was putting it into Google. Something I did notice though is that this foundation does come in 35 shades, but for some reason Sephora only had 29 shades available. So if you can't find your exact shade on there, you can check at Ulta or on Belk or the actual Lancôme website, because I did check on those and all of them did have all 35 shades. So I'm not exactly sure why Sephora doesn't. Something else I want to mention about this foundation is it offers both cool, warm, and neutral undertones. Like a lot of foundations, I feel like they just either offer more like cool tones or warm tones. Not a lot of them offer like a neutral tone foundation, so I do really like that about this foundation. And the color selection, like I said, is amazing. Like 35 shades, that's, you know, so nice. They've got super pale shades to really deep shades. They've just really got a great color selection. I do really like that. Alright, now I've got my notes here I'm going to go through. So the first thing is this does have SPF 15 in it, but I have used this in flash photography. I went out at night and I've made sure to take flash photography. I don't notice any flashback at all with this foundation, so that's really nice. Before I get on to the rest of this, I do want to read the claims on the box. It does have a couple of claims, and I just want to read them for you guys and then tell you kind of how like they worked out for me. So basically it says that the full coverage you need, flaws, pores, redness, and all imperfections visibly disappear. The velvety finish you love for up to 24 hours of lasting makeup, perfection, and comfort. Full coverage, velvety matte finish, oil-free, fragrance-free, transfer-resistant, tested on sensitive skin, tested under dermatological control, and yeah, just a bunch of that stuff. But basically it also says that it's blendable and has a fresh texture that leaves the complexion smooth with no powdery effect. So this also says that it is for all skin types. If you don't know, I have pretty oily, acne-prone skin. In the wintertime, I'll just have like an oily T-zone, and then everywhere else will be pretty normal. So I did just want to mention that. Now, here on the back, it does have directions because with the SPF, it's saying that you just need to apply this 15 minutes before sun exposure and then reapply this every 2 hours. And if you are going to be swimming, just use a water-resistant sunscreen. Of course, it's wintertime here in Virginia. I mean, it has been up in the 60s, so I don't know if you really consider that wintertime. But like yesterday and today, it's been down in the 30s, so I haven't been able to really try out that, you know, waterproof claim or see how it works in water or anything. But I definitely have tested out the other claims. So as I had mentioned, there is no flashback with this foundation, which I do really like, even though it does have SPF 15 in it. The consistency, though, I don't know if you guys could tell, when I kind of pumped it out on my hand, it wasn't super runny. It wasn't really thick either. It was kind of like right in between there, but it was definitely more on the runny side. In my personal opinion, I did consider it to be a little bit runny. So I don't know if you guys could tell, but also when I did like apply it, I just like to dot it all over my face, and then I would blend it in with the brush, and I did the same thing with the sponge. I do use a lot more product. Like I did use one full pump on this side of my face and then one pump on this side. And then I did come in with that half a pump, as you guys seen, and then I did touch up areas where I needed to build up the coverage. So I do feel like I use a little bit more of this foundation than I do with normal foundations. But as far as the finish of it after I apply it, I do agree with that velvety matte finish. But something I did notice is I had a really bad reaction to an exfoliator, and I was breaking out really bad when I first got this foundation. And I did notice that it did kind of cling onto like the dry patches where I was like treating that acne and stuff. It did really grab onto those dry patches and kind of emphasize it. So if you have dry skin, I'm not sure how well this foundation is going to work for you, but I did want to mention that about, like I said, the dryness. As far as, like I said, I've been trying this foundation out for about 3 weeks now, almost a month, and definitely my skin is more clear than it was. But when I was having those frequent breakouts, like after that exfoliator, I mean, my skin was just awful. But it did cover the redness, but it didn't cover the breakouts that well. Like it would kind of just like glide over right over top of it. Like it's nothing full coverage like the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation by any means. Like that, if my skin is breaking out the least little bit, that's what I use because I feel like it just completely covers it up. This doesn't do that, but it's natural. It's really natural looking, but it does cover up the redness, which I do really like. So I find this to be more of a medium coverage foundation. I know on here it did say full coverage, but I find it to be more like a high medium coverage foundation. I can build it up in areas where I need it to get it to be full coverage, but it's not full coverage. I definitely think it is more on the medium coverage side, which when I read online, it did say medium to full coverage, whereas on here it just says full coverage, but online it does say medium coverage, and I do agree with the medium coverage claim. Now this is a very lightweight foundation. Like, I mean, I can tell I have it on my skin, but it's super lightweight. Like, I don't feel like it's heavy at all. I don't really like feel like it's cakey or anything. It just looks really natural on the skin. Trying to go through here. Oh, something that I do want to mention though is getting into the wear time. I do, for some odd reason, it breaks up on my chin really bad. Like it kind of starts breaking up. Even if I blot and go over with a powder, or if I just blot and leave it alone. I'm not exactly sure why that is because I've never had a foundation do that before, but it doesn't break up around my nose. It doesn't sink into like my fine lines or anything like that. So I'm not sure what it is about my chin, but for some reason it does kind of start breaking up on my chin. So it does give that poreless, like very natural look like it says, because it doesn't sink into anything. It almost gives me like a doll-like appearance. Like since my skin has been a little bit more on the clearer side, like I asked my dad, I'm like, what do you think of this foundation? Because, I mean, I always ask, and he's like, I didn't even know you had foundation on. Like it just literally does smooth over my pores, and I do really like that about it. like I said, now I'm going to get started onto the wear time. So around hour 5, I noticed that I start getting oily. It's more like a dewy looking to my skin, and it doesn't bother me right away. But by the time I do get to hour 6, I have to blot, and that's just like a must. I feel like I cannot go any further without blotting. So for me, I'd never wear this foundation for 24 hours, but I always try to wear a foundation for at least 12 hours. When I did wear this for 12 hours without blotting, by hour 6, like I said, I was an oily mess. By hour 8, I just looked like a greasy pizza. That's what I looked like. It was like a greasy pizza. So I did have to blot. I did not go the full 12 hours without blotting because I was just super greasy. I definitely feel like at first when you put this, like you don't have to set it with a powder. It's not tacky or anything. And it does say that it is transfer resistant, but like I said, once you kind of start to get oily and stuff, it does start transferring. So like I said, for me, about, I don't know, hour 5, like I said, if I touch my face, it does come off even after I blot and stuff like that. So I don't really 100% agree with the transfer resistant part. Like I said, I do love it at first when I put it on because I think that it is such a flawless looking foundation and that it does cover my redness and stuff really well and does look really natural and it's lightweight, but it doesn't last as long on my oily skin as I would like it to. Will be honest, this isn't a foundation that in the summertime, I mean, it might even be even worse because I'm not as oily now as I usually am, but this definitely benefits from a primer. I have 3 primers here that I've tried it with. Actually 4 primers. Well, the Smashbox primer, which is all the way over there, and then I did my Makeup Forever one. This is the Step 1. This is the mattifying one. And then I use the Lorac Perfection one, and then I use the Becca Evermatte Poreless Perfector. With this primer though, I can get, I'd say, about almost 7 hours wear before I feel like I need to blot, but this for me is an amazing primer, but it's one of those that you kind of have to warm up in between your hands and like press it into your skin, or if you kind of drag this primer out, your foundation catches on the edges of it. But this is a great primer for someone, I feel like, who has super oily skin, because this is what I always gravitate towards in the summertime. But anyways, what I was saying is I like this, but this is a foundation that if I'm just going out to eat or to see a quick movie, to get groceries, or to do like a quick shopping, that I would gravitate towards because it's lightweight, it's beautiful, it does give you that poreless look. But for something long wearing, I probably would not gravitate towards this foundation because, I mean, I don't particularly like to blot with my foundations, but there is a couple that I do really like that I will blot with just because I like kind of like the coverage and stuff like that. But this one, like I said, definitely benefits from blotting, and it benefits from a primer. Without a primer, I started getting oily around hour 3. So, you know, like I said, I definitely have like not really mixed feelings about this because I do really like it. I just wish it would last longer on my skin. So for me, I definitely think that maybe if you do have normal skin, this might work for you because, like I said, I'm a little bit oilier, and the only issue I have with this foundation is the longevity. But everything else, like I said, really, really like with this foundation. So yeah, I hope that, like I said, was helpful. I tried to go through all the claims for you guys, and I think I got them all. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this demo and review. And if you guys would like me to try out any other foundations or anything, please let me know. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching.